Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be showing you how to fix your LG Smart TV when it is stuck on the fire up menu. So, when you go to power it on, and all of a sudden you just see the LG menu, lights up like this with the clock. You've tried everything, you've tried the different reset functions that other people mention in videos, and it's just stuck. Well, I'd say about 95-99% of the time, a reset to the TV won't work, so you will need to reflow your motherboard, meaning that you have to bake it in the oven. This is a very simple fix. You definitely want to try this out before you buy a new motherboard for this exact TV of your choice. Now, this definitely works on all sorts of different smart TVs from LG. This particular model is the LG 46LD550, also goes by -UB at the end, but again, will work for a lot of different LG smart TVs. So first thing what we're going to do is we're going to power it off, we're going to unplug it, we're going to unplug the cord from the back of the TV. Before we unscrew the screws on the back of the TV, we're going to let it sit for about 2 minutes. We want all electricity to bypass through the capacitors so that we don't ruin anything as we're taking the back of the TV off. So let's go ahead and power it down, unplug all the plugs, wait 2 minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and pull off the back. Alright guys, the back of the TV is off right here. Let me show you the screws that I did pull out. I left a few of them actually in the holes there. You're going to need a nice long Phillips screwdriver in order to get some of those holes here. So what I like to do is I like to lay it out in this precise order. So I picture this, the bottom of the TV. That's the right side, of course, you know, as you're there. So as I pull them down, here's the bottom right corner right here. These are all the same size. These ones around the edge right there. And then these two ones right here, there's actually 4 of these, but I left 2 in the holes. These are near the bottom of it, near the stand, even if you have the stand on. And again, I just laid it down on some nice carpet there. You want to be careful with that screen not to crack it. These 2 are over here on the motherboard portion where the components are here. That one goes right into the motherboard right there. This one is a small one on the side. Let me get to those in just a second here. So this is what we see right here. And as this is on the back of the TV, of course, you're going to have one right here that is kind of hard to see, and then this little itty bitty guy right here, you're going to have one right there in the middle. You're going to have one right here next to the power plug there. That's very small. I left that in the hole there, and again I left these 2 in the holes right here as well, and those are down there by the stand. After that, just around the edges, and you guys are good to go. It'll actually pull off pretty easily. I just lifted it from the bottom speaker area, and after all those screws are undone, it just lifts up gently. You might have to pull on it just a little bit. If it's having a little bit more trouble pulling up than just a little bit of a nudge, then you probably have one more screw left in that you need to take out. So this is what we're looking at right here, guys. We're going to be concentrating on the motherboard. These TVs have definitely gotten better with less components. I have this big dog 52-inch right up here that has a lot of internals. The newer ones, absolutely fantastic, very few components. So right off the bat here, we're looking at this. This is what we need to get off. So we need to be very careful. We need to go ahead and unplug this right here. We also need to unplug this, take out these ribbons right here, and then we need to go ahead and remove all the little screws here, over here, here, and that should be it for the black screws there. There might be a small one in the middle that I'm not looking at so far, but it should just be around the edges here. So these little things right here, be very careful of them. Look at the little clips and go ahead and take them out accordingly, inching them across. If there's little clips, pull up the little clips, but be very gentle. Like for instance, this one right here, we just push the little component in and very carefully wiggle it out. Again, being very careful. I'm going to do it off camera because I want to be careful and not ruin the cable connector. These ones right here are little black flaps, okay? They're going to come from the bottom and you're going to flip them up to the top, and you want to be careful with that. Just get your fingernail underneath there. Again, it's going to come from the bottom here, flap up, as you can see there, and then you just slide out the cable ribbon like that. Now upon reinstalling, you're going to slip that back in, fold the little thing down again. It goes from the back upwards, and be very careful of those little flaps, and then just pull that one out carefully like that. So those 2 are already done. Now I just need to work on these, this up here, remove the screws around the edges here, and that will just go ahead and pull right out. You can go ahead and remove that. I wouldn't put that in the oven, this little piece that's over here. Once you remove that screw there, and that screw right there, that should pull apart from the motherboard. Alright, after all 6 screws are out, they're all black, and again, they're just on the edges here. I just put them off to the side there. Now, after your cables are disconnected, the motherboard just lifts straight off of it there, and the plastic piece is still on there. It does remove, but you got to be a little careful. As you can see here, there's a little hinge right there, and right there as well. So you just want to carefully take two hands and remove that. It just kind of lifts from the right to the left, and you can remove that. So you don't want to put that in the oven. Sorry, I meant to say left to right. As you can see here, there's the little hook right there and there. You just carefully go left to right, bending it to the right a little bit as you slide it off. Slides right off. We'll go ahead and put it right there. You don't want to go ahead and bake that. You want to be careful about that one. All right, now we have the complete motherboard in our hand, ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. So let's go ahead and go upstairs and preheat our oven, get it prepared for baking. All right, guys, what we're going to do now is we're going to be preheating our oven. You guys that use Celsius, go ahead and put it at 200. Everyone else that uses Fahrenheit, we're going to go ahead and do, because ovens mostly do 5 degrees in chunks, we're going to go ahead and go with 385. Solder melts at 365 degrees Fahrenheit. And remember, if you're placing this on cardboard, which I wouldn't recommend, but if you do, it's okay, but don't have your oven go above 451 degrees Fahrenheit, or you will light a fire on the cardboard in the oven. I'm going to go ahead and place this on a cookie type tray. I'm going to pull all this out, obviously, set it on there. I'll get a shot of that before I enter it in. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to pull this stuff out. We're going to preheat our oven for 385 degrees. It will beep on you when it is at temperature, and then we're going to go ahead and put it on in, set a timer for 10 minutes, and pull it out, stop the oven at 10 minutes. Alrighty, I'm going to be using a cookie tray that I barely use and that is already scraped up. So for some oddball reason, if there's transfer of toxic plastics or some oddball thing onto the tray, I won't really worry about it because I never use this anyway. Again, you can use cardboard if you don't want to use this, just don't have it catch on fire. Obviously, a metal tray would be a lot better. Alright, let's go ahead and preheat the oven here. We're going to go ahead and push bake right there, and right now it's on 350, so we're just going to go up to 385. Again, 5 degree increments right there, and we're going to go ahead and hit start. This means preheat. Now you just wait till it beeps on you until it's at 385. And our oven has beeped on us. We're at 385 degrees currently right now, so be careful. Use your oven mitt right here. We're going to reach on in, slide this tray on in, and then because it is in our kitchen and it does smell a little bit, I expect a little bit of a smell, so what I'm going to do here is I have a fan set up. We're going to be blowing that air from the oven straight out the open window here, and so let's go ahead and reach on in here, and we'll go ahead and just put it right here, probably on the middle shelf. If you have a high shelf, probably just want to place it in the middle. I guess it doesn't really matter too much. So we're going to go ahead and close it on up. Now we're going to go ahead and set a 10-minute alarm. Alexa, set a 10-minute alarm.
10 minutes, starting now.
All right, we're looking at about 4 minutes into it, and yeah, there is a little bit of a smell, but it's not that bad, not as much as I thought it was going to be. It just smells like heated up components. And so again, the fan is over here blowing it straight out the open window. You probably want to steer clear of the kitchen. Probably don't want to breathe that in. I'm not sure if there's toxic plastics in there, but again, just let it just chill, especially after you're done and the oven's shut off and you open up the drawer there, it might produce a little bit of smoke, so you definitely want it to flow out of here. Another YouTuber mentioned that you use a conventional oven, that like a toaster oven that you can set at a certain degrees. If it's large enough, put it outside so you can do this all outside. That is another option as well. Anyway, we got about halfway through it. Let's just continue on. Alexa, how much time is left on my timer?
You have one timer with about 2 minutes left.
Thank you, Alexa. Alexa, stop timer. All right, we're up and running, folks. Let's go ahead and remove it from our oven now. Again, remember your hot mitt. Keep the fan on, of course. What we're going to do is we're going to pull it out and stop it right here. Let's go ahead and turn off our oven. Our oven is off now. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and let it cool down slowly. So what we're going to do is we're going to open this up. And there was no smoke that poured out of there, which was very nice as well. But we're going to open it up, let the fan go ahead and blow it out, and we're going to let it slowly cool down in here for about 2 minutes, letting natural air come in. We don't want the temperature change too dramatically. If it is snowing outside, if your area is really cold, you don't want to pull it out, leave it by a cold window ledge. You know, we don't want any severe temperature changes. So we're going to go ahead and let it rest in there for about another minute, 2 minutes. Then we're going to pull it up here and let it relax up here for about 10 minutes. And then when it's cool to the touch, ready to go, we're going to go ahead and take it downstairs, put it back in, and fire it up. All right, guys, I'm looking at the motherboard and it looks spot on fantastic. Nothing plastic has melted. All the connectors look beautiful, so I like that. We're gonna let it cool down a little bit longer and then take it downstairs and test it. It is time to test it out now. Now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna put it back together the exact same way we pulled it apart. Again, you have a connector here, here, those going right here and here. 2 ribbons up here at the top, that one up there at the top right corner. Go ahead and slip this little black thing on first, obviously, and then we're gonna go ahead and mount our 6 screws back into place. And you don't have to completely put the back on to test it. If your stand is on, be careful setting it back up because that might still be loose, so be careful of that before you do set it back up. Make sure that is stable, but lean it up against something, make sure it doesn't fall down. Plug in your wire right here. But be careful not to touch anything with metal causing a short or anything like that. Fire it up and test it before you have to put it all the way back together again. Because for some reason, if this fix does not work for you, you might have to either rebake it for a longer period of time, maybe slightly hotter, or just go ahead and replace the board entirely. So let's go ahead and put that back together here and we'll test it out. The moment of truth is here and we're looking absolutely fantastic. So let's go ahead and fire it up. And again, we're gonna see that menu right off the bat, but we want to be able to get past that menu, and we are hoping for a fix on this one. So let's go ahead and fire it up now. And right here with you, that's the screen, but we want to get past that screen. And so, oh, we're looking good. We're looking good. Hold on. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. We fixed it. We're back up in. Now, that was a different language, but we're back in the game, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, this is now a fully functional 46-inch LG TV, and we're looking so good. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Now we just need to get through the menu and turn that, I believe that is Korean, into English, and we're good to go. Real quickly, I just wanted to insert this portion right here, showing you that it actually gets past that little LG little square that kind of bounces around there. This one right here, as we can see here. I didn't show you the menu, and so I just wanted to show you that real quickly here before I let you guys go. I'm still working on fixing it from Korean to English. I probably need to download the manual next. So thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to the channel. I got a lot more TV fixes, so many more goodies, and all that fun stuff. If you want to check out my other videos, then look in the description box below. I'm going to have plenty of things there. Thank you guys so much, and you have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.